Imagine turning on your TV, and instead of just scrolling through Netflix like usual, your screen instantly feels smarter, faster, cleaner, like it knows exactly what you want before you even press a button. Now here's the wild part. Apple is rumored to be preparing the biggest Apple TV upgrade we've seen in years. And if the leaks are accurate, the Apple TV 4K 2026 could quietly become Apple's most underrated product, or the most dangerous living room upgrade your wallet has ever faced. Because this isn't just another, slightly faster chip refresh. This is shaping up to be the Apple TV that turns your television into something closer to an AI-powered entertainment hub. And if Apple adds even half the rumored features, it could easily replace multiple devices at once. So in this video, I'm going to break down what Apple is allegedly planning, what the leaks are hinting at, what might be coming to tvOS, and most importantly, whether you should buy Apple TV now or wait for this 2026 model, because trust me, the difference might be bigger than people expect. First, let's talk about why this specific Apple TV matters so much. Apple TV is already known as the premium streaming box. It's smooth, it's fast, the ads are minimal compared to other platforms, and it doesn't feel cheap. But it's also been missing something huge, a reason for the average person to upgrade. The truth is the current Apple TV 4K is great, but most people don't wake up and say, I need a new Apple TV this year. That's why the 2026 version is exciting. Because Apple doesn't want Apple TV to just be a streaming box anymore. Apple wants it to be the center of your home experience. And that changes everything. One of the biggest rumors, and this one keeps showing up again and again, is that Apple TV 4K 2026 may get a major performance jump with a new chip. And not just a small upgrade. We're talking something potentially powerful enough to handle advanced gaming, AI tasks, and ultra-fast system performance. Now imagine this. Your Apple TV boots instantly. Apps never reload. The interface feels like butter, and Siri actually becomes useful. Not that I didn't understand that Siri, but the Siri that can genuinely control your living room like a smart assistant should. And when Apple upgrades chips, they're not doing it just for speed. They're doing it because they want new capabilities, features the old model can't support. That's where things start getting interesting. Because if this device becomes powerful enough, Apple TV could finally evolve into something closer to a console-like entertainment device. And yes, gaming matters here. Right now, Apple Arcade exists, but let's be honest, Apple TV gaming feels like a side feature. But if Apple gives this 2026 Apple TV a chip strong enough to handle console-quality games, suddenly the story changes. Suddenly Apple TV becomes a living room gaming machine that doesn't look like one. No loud fans. No giant console tower. Just a tiny black box that sits near your TV and casually runs graphics-heavy titles while also being your premium streaming device. That's a scary combination for competitors. But performance is only one piece. The connectivity upgrades might be even more important, because in 2026, speed isn't optional, it's expected. And Apple reportedly wants to push a faster wireless standard, likely improving Wi-Fi performance massively. This matters because high-quality streaming is getting heavier. 4K streaming is normal now. HDR is normal now. Dolby Vision is normal now. And the next stage? Higher bitrate streaming, better responsiveness, cloud gaming, faster downloads, better smart home performance, and less buffering even in crowded Wi-Fi environments. If Apple TV 4K 2026 really gets that next-level wireless upgrade, it could become one of the fastest and smoothest streaming experiences money can buy. Now let's talk about one rumor that would instantly make this Apple TV viral if Apple actually ships it: a built-in camera. That sounds small, but it's huge. Because if Apple TV gains a camera, FaceTime becomes living room FaceTime. Not holding your iPhone awkwardly. Not putting your iPad on the couch and hoping nobody knocks it over. Imagine this. You're sitting with your family, you tap FaceTime, and the TV becomes the call. Clean, wide view, stable. Apple could even use smart framing to keep everyone in view. And here's where the AI angle gets crazy. Apple could potentially use on-device intel. Agents to enhance calls, improve voices, reduce background noise, and even handle things like live captions, automatic mic switching or recognizing who's in the room. That's not science fiction anymore. That's exactly the type of feature Apple would push if it wants Apple TV to feel futuristic. And if Apple adds a camera, it opens another door: motion and gesture controls. Imagine navigating Apple TV without pressing buttons, or pausing your show by holding your hand up, or playing interactive party games that use body movement like a Nintendo Wii, except in Apple style, meaning smoother, cleaner, and actually modern. Apple loves turning fun features into premium experiences, and a camera could do that instantly. Now we have to talk about Siri, because Siri on Apple TV has always been the nice try feature. You use it sometimes, but it's never the main reason you buy Apple TV. But leaks suggest Apple is pushing hard into smarter Siri experiences. And if Apple TV 4K 2026 is meant to support a more advanced Siri, it could change how you use TV entirely. Because imagine saying, "Find me a thriller movie that's not too scary, under 2 hours with good reviews and no subtitles." And Apple TV actually understands perfectly. Or saying, "Show me the scene where he says the famous line." Or, "Skip all the boring parts in this episode." That's not regular voice search. That's AI-level interaction with content. And if Apple wants Siri to feel competitive in 2026, the living room is one of the most important places to do it. Now let's jump into the content experience. Another area Apple might improve is video quality and format support. Apple has always been obsessed with premium visuals: HDR, Dolby Vision, frame accuracy, color grading. It's why Apple TV is a favorite for people who care about picture quality. If the 2026 Apple TV adds improvements like better Dolby Vision support, smoother HDR handling, and stronger video processing, it will be a dream device for home theater fans. And yes, most people don't talk about video processing, but they absolutely notice it. It's the difference between "this looks good" and "this looks insane." But what would really make Apple TV 4K 2026 a true must-buy is the smart home angle. And I want you to pay attention here, because this part could be the real reason Apple is upgrading it. Apple TV already acts as a smart home hub for many users. But now imagine a more powerful Apple TV with better connectivity, smarter home automation capabilities, faster device response, and deeper integration into the Apple ecosystem. Your Apple TV becomes the brain of your home: lights, locks, cameras, thermostat, sensors, all managed in real time. And if Apple adds improved Thread and smart networking support, Apple TV might become one of the best smart home hubs on the market, period. Now let's take a step back and ask the most important question: why 2026 and why now? The answer is simple. Apple is building toward a bigger home ecosystem. Apple wants the living room, not just with Apple TV, but with HomePods, smart displays, and AI-powered experiences across devices. So Apple TV needs to level up, not because the old one is slow, but because the new Apple ecosystem requires more power. And that leads to the biggest buying decision. Should you buy the Apple TV 4K right now, or wait? Here's the honest answer. If you currently have no Apple TV, or you're using a slow built-in TV system, even the current Apple TV will feel like a massive upgrade. You'll love it. But if you already have a recent Apple TV 4K model, I would strongly consider waiting, because the 2026 Apple TV seems designed for a new generation of features that your current one may never get, especially if the camera, AI Siri, and wireless upgrades are real. That could be the kind of upgrade that makes people actually switch devices. And here's the best part. Apple TV upgrades tend to be silent killers. Apple doesn't hype them like iPhones. But once people start using them, they don't go back. That's why you'll see so many Apple users say Apple TV is the best Apple device nobody talks about. It's a device you buy once, then wonder why you didn't buy earlier. Now imagine Apple TV 4K 2026 launches with all these rumored upgrades, and Apple does what Apple always does: packages it beautifully, markets it as the smartest TV experience ever, and makes every other streaming box feel outdated overnight. That's why people are excited. Not because it's just Apple TV, but because it might be Apple's move toward owning the living room completely. So here's what I want you to do. If you're interested in Apple products, future tech, leaks, and premium home entertainment. Subscribe, because the moment Apple officially drops details or new leaks appear, I'll cover everything immediately. And comment below, if Apple adds a camera and AI-powered Siri to Apple TV, would you upgrade instantly? Or do you think Apple TV is still just a streaming box? Because honestly, 2026 might be the year Apple TV becomes way more than that.